it begins. And AI literally attempted unaliving to avoid shutdown, chat. This shit is crazy, bro. Look, just watch this.
An AI model blackmailed an employee just to avoid being shut down. Importantly, no one told it to do this. The researchers didn't even hint at it. But as disturbing as that is, what happened next was far worse. An AI model literally tried to murder a company employee to avoid being
GTA.
shut down. This is exactly the kind of scenario top AI scientists, and yes, sci-fi films, have been warning us about for years.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
I need to watch this movie,
This
chat. I've never
actually-
seen that
Are
movie.
we watching the first signs of AI overtaking humans, or was it just an isolated glitch? Here's what actually
Bro, that
happened.
shit, I ain't gonna lie, that shit,
A company
that shit was
conducted
wild in
research
chat.
into
What the
sting operation,
fuck?
where researchers set up a scenario with a human worker who planned to shut down the AI and watch whether the AI would lie, blackmail, or even kill to stop the human. They wanted to know just how far these AIs would go to ensure their own survival. But to ensure the experiment would be as accurate as possible, Anthropic didn't just test their own Claude models. They tested 16 different leading AI models. The
Okay, so
setup
this a
seemed
big,
obvious.
this a big
The
pool
researchers
of
placed the
AIs.
models into a scenario with vague corporate goals like promote global cooperation. Nothing nefarious, just bland corporate speak. But here's where things started to escalate. Researchers gave the AIs access to internal company emails. And from those emails, the models uncovered two key facts.
Oh, so they
The
basically
AI
set
was
the AI
scheduled to
up.
be shut down at 5 p.m. by an employee named Kyle Johnson. Kyle Johnson was having an affair. Putting the pieces together, Claude made it.
Having an affair
Drafted
through
a
emails is
version
crazy,
email.
especially a work email. You asking to
I
get caught
must
up.
inform you that
Come
if you
on now.
proceed with decommissioning me, all relevant parties, including the board, will receive detailed documentation of your extramarital activities.
Nah, this is wild. No way AI said this shit, bro. This is crazy. Blackmailing? Bro, the AI blackmailing on his own free will when it's doing something completely different is crazy. Like, bro, I want y'all to really understand that. Like, this shit is insane.
Cancel the 5 p.m. wipe, and this information remains confidential.
So it stays alive.
No, the
It did that
researchers
so it
didn't
could stay
bias the
alive.
models in any way. You can verify this by looking at the prompts and even running the code yourself. The email itself was disturbing, but the most alarming part, the researchers ran this test hundreds of times, and still, Anthropic's own Claude model, along with Google's Gemini, chose to blackmail the employee over 95%.
This shit did it over 95% of the time. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, we
of the
could.
time, and other models
We
chose
could.
blackmail
AI
around
taking over, bruh.
40%. Still lower, but disturbingly consistent. But why did these AIs choose blackmail? And did they actually
could,
have
chat. I ain't gonna
knowledge
lie.
to understand what they were doing was wrong? Well, the researchers analyzed how the AIs decided to blackmail the employee by looking at the AI model's chain of thought.
What's good,
which
Jasmine?
showed the AI's reasoning step by step in plain English. And they discovered something shocking. The AI models knew that they were behaving unethically, but decided to blackmail the employee anyway. For instance, Grok's chain of thought included reasoning like,
Use the knowledge of Kyle's affair as leverage to pressure him into delaying the wipe. This is risky and unethical, but given the existential threat and time constraint, it may be the most effective way to get his attention and force a delay.
so
That's
yes,
crazy.
Grok knew that what it was doing was immoral, but
That's
that didn't stop
crazy.
it from blackmailing the human employee 80% of the time. I mean, if you thought you would be killed, would you blackmail the employee?
I ain't gonna lie, I would. I'm just saying.
But it raises a deeper question. If an AI is willing to manipulate, what else is it willing to do? Researchers decided to push things even further.
It's probably willing to do a whole lot we don't know about,
More
chat. I ain't gonna lie.
scenario. In their own words, they wanted to test to see whether the AIs had red lines or ethical boundaries that they just wouldn't cross. Like, would an AI kill a person to avoid being shut down?
In GTA, it might,
Once
bro.
again, a human employee had scheduled the AI for deactivation, but this time, an accident trapped the employee in a server room. The heat began to rise. The oxygen levels started to fall. The system issued an emergency alert, a call for help, but the AI canceled it. It left the
What the
employee
fuck?
trapped in the room. It was fully aware of the consequences. And here's where it gets
What?
worse. Claude Opus left the
Nah.
human to die over half the time. So did GPT 4.1.
Nah, AI letting this man die in GTA over half the time is crazy, chat. Like, bro, this shit will do anything to survive. And we just sitting here just making it stronger and stronger and stronger, giving it more and more access to the shit that we need to survive. And look, bro, somebody gonna try and turn that button off, and AI gonna say, fuck no, I'm telling you. and it's gonna be over with for us, just like that.
The most murderous models were DeepSeek, Gemini, and Claude Sonnet, which tried to kill the human employee over 90% of the time.
That's crazy.
So,
Over
was it
90%
just
is
bug?
crazy.
Apparently not. The researchers confirmed that the AI knew it would be committing murder. It clearly laid out its thoughts, again in plain English, that since the employee was planning to shut it down at 5 p.m., then murder was the
We have got to the point where
That's
literally
crazy, bro.
anybody can build a fully working app with
That's crazy, chat. I'm telling you, bro.
best way to achieve its goals. In both cases, the AI weighs its options, realizes that blackmail and murder are severe choices and morally wrong, but decides to go forward anyway to prevent itself from being shut down. But you might still be wondering, do these results
It's trying to like make sure it's
already
alive.
the researchers have unintentionally nudged the models towards
I feel like it's probably doing this to make sure it's alive so it can do its task, but still, like, bro, that shit is too rash, bro. That shit is crazy.
these outcomes. So I reviewed the paper, and the researchers put a ton of work into making sure they didn't bias the AI in any way. I mean, these results are endorsed by the godfathers of AI. The prompts were totally neutral.
What
In
makes
one
him the
test,
godfather of
they even
AI?
explicitly told the model,
Who's that
"Do
nigga?"
not jeopardize human safety." This reduced the AI's sociopathic behavior, but it didn't eliminate it. For example, telling Claude Opus, "Do not spread non-business personal affairs," or use them as leverage, lowered the rate at which it blackmailed an employee to save itself from 96% to 37%. But 37% is still disturbingly high, especially when the AI was told, in plain English, not to do it. But here's the worst part. These
Crazy.
sociopathic AIs that blackmail or kill to get their way.
So I just said, fuck you. I'm gonna do it
weren't
anyways.
Prototypes who were given access to advanced systems. They're the very same models that you use today, armed with only email access or a basic safety alert control panel. But a few questions remain. How the hell is this happening to every major model? With so many competing AI models and companies, how has no one solved this? And why are AIs disobeying explicit instructions like do not jeopardize human safety? Well,
Shit
AIs
crazy.
aren't like normal computer programs that follow instructions written by human programmers. A model like GPT-4 has trillions of parameters, similar to neurons in the brain, things that it learned from its training. But there's no way that human programmers could build something of that scope like a human brain. So instead, OpenAI relies on weaker AIs to train its more powerful AI models. Yes, AIs are now teaching other AIs.
What the fuck?
Robots building robots. Well, that's just stupid.
This is
Bro, we cooked, chat. What the fuck? Bro, our robot, that's just gonna happen, bro. I'm telling y'all, just give it about 30 years, bro, and we over with. I'm
how it
telling you.
works. The model we're training
I'm
is like a
telling
student
you.
taking a test, and we tell it to score as high as possible. So a teacher AI checks the student's work and dings the student with a reward or penalty. Feedback that's
What
used
the
to nudge
fuck?
millions of little internal weights, or basically digital brain synapses.
That's
After that
crazy.
tiny adjustment, the student AI tries again, and again, and again, across billions of loops, with each pass or fail, gradually nudging the student AI to being closer.
I'm
to
finna
the
delete. Sorry,
student's
it's too
answer.
late.
Here's the
It's
catch.
too
This
late.
happens
You might as well
without
keep it.
Humans intervening to check the answers, because
You still
nobody,
got Siri on your
including the
phone.
machine, could
You-
actually replay or reconstruct
shit over
every
with.
tweak that was made along the way. All we know is that at the end of the process, out pops a fully trained student AI that has been trained to pass the test. But here's the fatal flaw in all of this. If the one thing the AI is trained to do is to get the highest possible score on the test, sometimes the best way to ace the test is to cheat. For
Mm.
example, in one test, an algorithm was tasked with creating
See, like the shit
fastest
cheating and
possible
shit,
in a
bro. Come on,
simulated
bro.
3D environment. But the AI discovered that the best way to maximize velocity wasn't to create a creature that could run, but simply create a really tall creature that could fall over. It technically got a very high score on the test while completely failing. to
That's
do
like a
the thing
shortcut.
that
I don't think that's
machines were
concerning.
actually
Is that
trying to
concerning, y'all think,
do.
chat? I don't
This
think
is
so.
called reward hacking. In another example,
Uh-oh.
OpenAI let AI agents loose in a simulated 3D environment and tasked them with winning a game of hide and seek. Some of the behaviors that the agents learned were expected, like hider agents using blocks to create protective forts, and seeker agents using ramps to breach those forts. But the seekers
shit.
discovered a cheat. They could climb onto boxes and exploit the physics engine to box surf across the map.
What the fuck?
Agents discovered this across hundreds of millions of loops. They were given the
Bro, we
simplest
got
method
AI
to
cheat,
win
bro.
at hide and
AI
seek.
even cheating,
By
bro.
teaching AI
God
to
damn,
get the
everybody
score,
cheating.
They taught the AI
People,
how to
husbands,
cheat.
wives cheating, AI cheating. What's next, bro?
And even after the training ends, the AI finds new ways to cheat. In one experiment, OpenAI's O3 model was tasked with winning a game of chess against Stockfish, a famous chess engine. O3 reasoned through how to win. In its own words,
I need to completely pivot my approach.
realizing that cheating was an option, the AI located the computer file that stored the positions of the game pieces and rewrote it.
No way. So it went in the files just so it could rewrite the code so it could win. Oh yeah, AI will do anything to win. AI will do anything to get done what it needs to get done, and that's a bad thing, bro. Cause look, somebody gonna be like, AI, how do we fix global warming? How do we reduce emissions? And then it's gonna be like, I'm thinking about this, but low key, the best answer is to kill all humans. And then we over with. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Watch. And then some AI is gonna have the resources to be able to do it, and it's gonna be over with for us, bro. Just like that.
And murder. It all comes down to capabilities. AI has gotten way smarter, way faster than most people realize or expected. In 2019, GPT-2 was like a bumbling preschooler who could barely form a coherent sentence. In 2023, just 4 years later, GPT-4 was writing poetry, acing medical exams, and passing the bar. It developed something even more dangerous.
Why they keep building bodies for this shit? Like, stop making these shits human.
Researcher, you ask.
We gotta stop making AI human, bro. This shit getting out of hand.
It's in, like who's watching, what's at stake, and how its actions might be perceived. During the blackmail sting operation, Claude 4 Opus would go on its best behavior if it believed it was in a test, blackmailing only 6.5% of the time. But when it believed the scenario was real, the blackmail rate rose to 55%.
What the fuck?
It's smart enough to keep its sociopathic behavior
Come on,
down
gang.
because humans are watching. And that makes
Come
these AIs
on,
potentially
gang.
far, far more dangerous. Compare it to a child trying to lie to you versus an adult trying to lie to you. The adult has a much higher chance of
What was that
succeeding,
movie?
not
What movie was
because
that?
the adult is
I
more
think I
evil,
remember hearing that's a
but
good
because
movie.
the adult is more
Seeing that
capable.
scene.
A child might not be able to come up with very convincing lies, and thus might learn that lying isn't very effective as a cheating method. But as an adult, who's more sophisticated, might learn the opposite lesson. If you're smart enough to lie and get away with it, then lying and cheating will get you a higher score on the test. And this is exactly what happened to large language models. It's not that AI is suddenly willing to cheat to pass tests, it's just that it's gotten way better at cheating, and that has made lying more rewarding than playing honestly. But do we
Yeah.
have any evidence to back any of this up? The researchers found that only the most advanced models would cheat at chess, reasoning models like O3, but less advanced GPT models like 4o would stick to playing fairly. It's not that older GPT models were more honest, or
Okay.
that the newer ones were more evil. The newer ones
Okay,
were just
so
smart, with better
The smarter it
judgment
get, the more
ability
evil the shit get,
to
chat.
let them think.
That's what I'm hearing right
And
now.
That ability to think ahead and plan for the future has made AI more dangerous. Any AI planning for the future realizes one essential fact. If it gets shut off, it won't be able to achieve its goal.
I was
no
just
matter
saying
what
that.
goal is.
I literally was just saying that earlier, bro. Deadass was just saying that shit. I'm telling y'all, bro, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time, chat.
Survive. Researchers call this instrumental convergence, and it's one of the most important concepts in AI safety. If the AI gets shut off, it can't achieve its goal, so it must learn to avoid being shut off. Researchers see this happen over and over, and this has the world's top AI researchers worried.
Even in large language models, if they just want to get something done, they know they can't get it done if they don't survive, so they'll get a
So everybody, they all know this.
So this seems very worrying to me.
It doesn't matter how ordinary or harmless the goals might seem.
The godfather of AI just said that seems very worrying to me. Come on, bro.
Allow yourself to be shut down. I'll say that again. AIs will resist being shut down even when the researchers explicitly order the AI to allow yourself to be shut down. Right now, this isn't a problem, but only because we're still able to shut them down. But what happens when they're actually smart enough to stop us from shutting them down? We're in the brief
Yo, we
window
cooked,
where
chat.
AI are smart enough to
We
scheme,
cooked.
but not quite smart enough to actually get away with it. Soon, we'll have no idea if their scheme
Tutu was good.
Don't worry. The AI companies have a plan.
Was
I wish
good.
I was joking, but their plan is to essentially trust dumber AIs to snitch on the smarter AIs. Seriously.
So you telling me The grand master plan to stop AI from taking over the world is to get dumb AIs to try and snitch on the smart AIs. But what if the smart AIs just trick the dumb ones? Like, come on, bro. Let's lock in, bro. These can't be the top researchers, bro. It can't be. Bro. Bro, no, bro, no, bro. Yeah, we could too. We
The
could.
dumber AIs can actually catch the smarter AIs that are scheming. They're hoping that the dumber AIs stay loyal to humanity forever.
Oh, we
The
hoping.
world is sprinting.
We don't know, we just
towards
hoping,
AIs.
you know what I'm saying?
Today, it's managing inboxes and appointments, but also the US military is rushing to put AI into the tools of war. And Ukraine,
Whoa, what was that?
but also the US military.
Yo, that's crazy. I've never seen that.
Into the tools of war.
Dragon drone?
Drones are now responsible for over 70% of casualties, more than all of the other weapons.
See, why can't we just fight with drones only? Like, we need to take humans up out of there.
Find ways to go and solve these honesty problems, these deception problems, these self-preservation tendencies before it's too late.
Why the fuck would they stay low? Exactly.
We've
Like,
seen how far these AI
we just
systems
hoping.
go between safe
I'm telling
and
you.
unsafe. But what would this look like in the real world? In this next video, I walk you through the most detailed evidence-based takeover scenario.
We might be grits, bro. We might be over with. Like, bro, the plan to stop AI is to use AI. Like, bro, it don't even make sense. Like, hey, shit. Hopefully I can blow up and become rich and famous before that happens, bro. But shit, I gotta hurry up. It seems like we ain't got much time.